Hey, what's up, everybody? It's another day that the Lord has made, and we are here rejoicing, and we are glad. Welcome to Kingdom Conversations. I'm your host, Jay Hen, and I am so elated that you have taken time out of your schedule today to join me for another amazing conversation. As you guys know, we're in season 2 of Kingdom Conversations, and what we do here on Kingdom Conversations, we bring you the best of the best, the creme de la creme, people that are making a difference, not just in the kingdom, but also in the marketplace. And I want to take time out to really give a shout out to all the creatives that tune in to us every week. I know that, what we're trying to do and what a lot of us are actually doing is not easy. It's probably one of the most challenging things to do, to go after your dreams, to go after the things that you have been gifted by God to do. But I want to take time today and encourage you and say, if nobody else is praying for you, nobody else believes in you, I want to send some good energy your way. I want to send some good vibrations your way. And I pray that God touch everything that you got your hands on, and that you really understand that this is your moment, it's your time, and you're unstoppable. So that's a word for all of the creatives that tune in. And I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. But today, I am so blessed to have, he's like a little brother to me. He is probably one of the dopest singers that I've ever had the honor and privilege of working with. And he is someone that is doing just some amazing things in the R&B industry, the R&G industry. He's created a whole new genre of music, and I am probably the second artist that's going to flow right under him in this genre, because that's what I do too, R&G. I love it. But I'm talking about this young man today. He's going to come and bless us, and we're going to talk about the struggles of independent artists, the victories that he's experienced, because he's just doing it. He's all over the country. He's torn all over the place. You name him, he's working with them. And I'm so godly proud of him, and I thank him for stopping by the conversation today. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm to my brother, Terrell T-Rex Simon. What's up, T-Rex?
What up, Jason?
What's going on, bro?
Hey, what's good, man?
Hey, nothing. How you doing, man?
I feel great, man. I feel good. I can't complain.
Listen,
I'm happy to be here with you, man, having this conversation.
Listen, I want to tell you publicly that you are an inspiration to me.
Oh, stop it.
No, I'm serious, man. I know when people look at a lot that people do, but I'm telling you that every now and then you need to look and see somebody else doing it, and it just inspires you. And when I see you doing what you're doing, how you out here moving and shaking, bro, you made me want to get back on the stage, because I'm pastoring 10 years now, and I haven't had my group in about 6-7 years. New Sounds, I haven't worked with them in about 6 or 7 years, maybe longer than that.
Wow, I know that.
When I see what you're doing, man, it made me want to get back on stage, and you're actually the person that put me back on stage for the first time in 2 years, and now I'm back. I'm ready.
When the next show?
I'm like, yo, when's the next show, bro? What we doing next? But thank you, man. Thank you for being an inspiration to me, man.
I appreciate that, man. I mean, coming from you, I hear you, but I mean, I guess I can accept it now. I can.
Yeah, because it's a thing that happens, man. Sometimes when people start out, like I remember when you first came to New York. I was out moving and shaking, and when I heard you sing, I was like, this kid is dope, man. And next thing you know, Tasha put us in the studio. Rest in peace to our sister, Tasha. And you're people don't know this, but T-Rex is on my first album.
Yes, I am.
We wrote a joint together called The Jump Off.
Yeah.
And there's no guest list tonight. And
we did dun, dun, dun. No one else can love me.
Yes. T-Rex is on the More Than Christmas album that me and Dave Caton put out. That's me and T-Rex on that song. Yeah. And nobody believed that's me singing, because I did the whole song before I said
it. Because I was like, you know what? Yeah, let's take you out your vein. Let's do something different.
He the one that made me do that. I was like, you want me to sing the whole song for a setter? He was like,
Yep.
So,
wow.
we've been working together. You know how long ago that was, T? We did.
I mean, I moved here. Like people don't know, but I really started working. I moved here. I moved to New York because of Danny Eason.
Right.
And then from Danny, I went to the church.
Mm-hmm.
But working with you is really how it all started.
Wow.
I met House.
Mm-hmm.
I met House through you, and House started bringing me to the studio.
Yeah.
And from House, working with House, I met LaTanya Blige.
Yes.
I met Mary J. Blige's sister, and I started working with LaTanya.
Yeah.
And then, I just started meeting all these people that led me to Life Jennings and to what I'm doing now. Yeah.
Man, I'm just honored to be a part of your journey because, man, you started this genre called R&G. Let's talk about that because that's what I do. That's what I love. That's who I am because I got a lot of hip hop in me. I got R&B. I got just a musical smorgasbord in me. So when I saw you say R&G, I was like, that's it right there. That's what the genre is I want to be in. How did you come up with that, man?
Well, I grew up like in a very traditional church house, traditional church friends, and it was either, if you were singing R&B, they call you singing out in the world, you was going to hell. So for the longest, like I was scared to even sing R&B because I was like, I'm going to hell.
Right.
And I'm gonna tell you who changed my mind, Pastor Terrell Hill.
Really?
Because at the time I was going to Powerful Praise, and I was on the praise team. I'm up on the praise team. I'm on the choir, up in front of people. And I was just like, man, am I living a double standard because I'm singing R&B in the clubs? So I went to Pastor Hill and I was like, Pastor Hill, am I going to hell because I'm singing R&B music? And he was like, no. You ain't going no hell. He's like, you think, when me and my wife is having, our adult
relations
that we listening to Jesus is climbing up the rough side mountain.
That's right.
He was like, no, we listening to Marvin Gaye. It's not about that. It's about your lifestyle, it's about your heart. Like he really broke it down to me. And from that day, I got my own mind, my own independence. And I was like, I ain't going to. Then I started seeing different gospel singers dabbing in R&B. And I was like, well, why they can do it and they not going to hell?
Right.
Like, da. Right. So from being in the music business so long, I knew I wasn't no R&B singer. It's just, you got to be true to yourself.
Yeah.
And I think when you're not, people see it. They call you out. So I wasn't about to get up there and be like, because it's
that wouldn't work.
That's just not Rex. Right. So I was talking with one of my friends about this whole situation. And actually one of my close friends gave me the idea.
Okay.
And he was like, Rex, you should call your music R&G. And I was like, what's that? He was like, rhythm and gospel. I was like, you just made that? He said, yeah, I just thought about it. The R, the G. And I was like, I said, don't tell nobody you told me that. I said, we're going to tell everybody that I made this up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Because he's not a gospel singer. He's not a singer at all.
Okay.
This idea. And I ran with that idea, man. And and now we have it, now it's like just touching everywhere. And what it is basically is gospel music. I say it's a street ministry, really. And I just wanted to find a way. I felt like there was a million church groups. You go to the concert, there's a million choirs getting up after another. And we all singing to each other, but there was really nobody like singing gospel, ministering to the people outside in the street.
Right.
And, when you from hanging around a bunch of guys in the street, Life Jennings and all these guys, the word gospel just scares people.
Yeah.
When I was going to the fella, like, yo, as soon as you say gospel, it's just like,
Yeah.
I don't want to hear that. But then when I started going to them, I said R&G. They was like, oh, wait a second, let me sit down and listen to this. So now we got, you know, guys on the block, drug dealers, rappers, everybody listening to it that wouldn't normally listen to gospel music just because of the title.
That one word you put in front of it changed everybody's perception. That's powerful, man, because I watched you the other night at SOBs. We just did a show at SOBs together, and I watched how the audience react to you. And it kind of killed the desire in me to want to be accepted by the norm. I was standing there, I was like, yo, there's a whole nother audience out here, man, that wants what we do. And I told my people, I was like, yo, I would, and I have nothing against the church. I love the church. I'll sing at church any day, but if I have to pick and choose, that's the audience I want to minister to, because they're just more receptive. And another thing I peeped, there was no competition. We all were supporting each other, you know, standing up for each other, just like pushing each other, screaming, sing, sing. You know what I'm saying? And
they say Jesus didn't hang around the church folks.
Yeah.
You know, and so I was just like, you know, it's a whole another audience out here, man. And people just don't want to be judged.
Yeah.
You know, we overcome people with love. So if they can just identify with somebody and say, you know what, I could say, you know what, I might still have a drink every now and then, but I love God. I'm still trying to get my life together. That don't mean I can't go to church. That don't mean God don't love me. That mean I'm going to hell. Like people need to hear and identify with that.
Yeah.
And then once you get them, you got them.
You got them. And I'm telling you, that was so powerful, because that's the whole premise of what God has given us. You know, we have a treasure that's hidden in these earthen vessels, and it's up to us to locate it and then disperse it, because God didn't give us the gift of music for us to hoard it and keep it inside the church. I think, you know, because I stepped outside of, you know, I came up as a drummer, and I went through the same thing when I started playing for Faith, when I started playing for the Lost Boys and Cannabis, all the other artists. There's when we did the Keenan Ivory Wayans show, we all was on stage trying to hide who we were, because we didn't want the church people to know that was us. On national television. Keenan Ivory Wayans had one of the hottest talk shows at the time. Everybody's watching it. So, but our sound was so thick and heavy. Timony was up there, Jules was up there, David Caton, Jason Hendrickson, and Gene Ray, a bunch of people. And there was a song that we did, How I Feel Your Love. And the chorus was, I feel your love so good. But Timony's church vibrato was so heavy. She's like, I feel. Everybody was two-waying me. That's when we had two-way patches. They was like, yo, is that Timony? And she had a hat hiding her face all the way down to her eyes. But when it's on you, you can't hide.
Yeah.
You're always going to stick out like a sore thumb. So why not create something where we can be authentic to who God made us and reach the people that we need to reach?
And honestly, I hid for a while. You know, when I got in the business as a background singer, but I got out singing, period. I started managing.
Wow. Really?
You know, I had Life Jennings. I was road managing Life Jennings. I was his assistant. I had an artist named Shalik. Big up to Shalik, that got a record deal. I was working on Day 26 management team. And I was behind the scenes doing, you know, that's how I'm able to like book myself and tour so much, because I was managing these guys, working at the labels, you know.
So you the guy I need to talk to.
Yeah, that's what I was doing for the longest. That's how I know Dave XM, and I know all these guys because I was managing these artists and I was having to deal with all these people on a daily basis.
That's crazy. I never knew that, bro.
And I got to the point where I was just like, I'm good back here.
Yeah.
I'm managing, I'm assisting, I'm in the business, I'm you know, I'm doing everything I had to do. And like you said, you can run, but you just can't hang. God was like, man, you know you're supposed to be singing. You know what you're supposed to be doing.
Yeah, your voice, let me tell you, the first time I heard you sing, man, I was like, Jesus Christ. It's God. And you remember the song you used to sing with the praise team? There's a
I wanna be more like you.
No, not that one. You did that one, but your hit was there's a lifting of the hand.
We went dum. Pastor be like, yo, there's a lifting.
Yo, I'm telling y'all, when the musicians would hit that, all the girls in the church start screaming. I was like,
and man, y'all would run that song. I'll be singing that song till my gut was coming out.
I mean, Jesus. And then
I mean, y'all, I learned so much under you, man. You was doing R&G then.
I didn't know it. I didn't know it. Didn't know
and
it.
I thought it was so corny. Back then, I was like, gospel, hip hop, rap, R&B is corny, man. If you're gonna do hip hop, do hip hop. If you're gonna do gospel, you should do gospel.
Right.
That was my thought pattern back in the day. But you was already doing what I'm doing. You was doing back then.
Wow. That's
you know, just to have a, we didn't call it anything.
Didn't call it that. Because I always knew I wanted to do this style of music because it's in my blood, bro. I'm talking about the Isley Brothers, the Gap Band. I mean, I eat, sleep, drink all kinds of music. So that's why all of my projects, I never had a certain map that I follow. I always did hip hop, worship, whatever I feel in my heart, that's what I do. But I'm talking about, wait till you hear this new project.
And I was just learning then back with you. Yeah, I had just started going to the studio. That was my first times in the studio. Like, we would just hang in the studio.
Wow.
I would just learn the studio. Like, I started like with you, and really recording in the business with Jason, with you, Jason.
Wow.
So, and I learned all of that, with you in house, just being around you in house every day. Me, you, house in the studio
every day.
The big house.
Yeah,
every day.
That studio. Taught me how to produce house.
Yeah.
I didn't know how to produce. He taught me how to do it. So
then from working with y'all, not knowing 20 years later, that I would be doing what I'm doing.
And it's crazy because, and I said it at SOBs, and I'll say it again. It's important that you treat people right, because back then I created opportunities for you to work and sing. And now 20 years later, you're doing the same thing for me now.
And we ain't getting started. We just getting started, bro.
Yo, and
I really feel like I'm just like really getting started, man.
Yeah. And this was supposed to happen a while ago, but I think timing is everything. And I think that now, especially with this new music, bro, it's about to be a problem.
Yeah, I mean, it was, y'all killed SOB, man. Like, just everything about it. Like,
I had so much fun, man.
That's just, you just begin. Like, that's a whole new audience.
Wow.
that you about to have. Wow. And like you said, it's nothing. I still sing in the church, and my record is on gospel radio, so like, but is we trying to reach people that don't go to church. We want to get to them.
Yeah, the conversion process.
Yeah,
that's what we want.
I do gospel, and I be on, like, I went out with Genuine, I went out with Faith. I go out, I'll be on hip hop shows. I'll be the only gospel singer. I hang out with DJ Trace, I hang out with DJ Cool Kid, like, and they all playing the music.
That's crazy.
So crazy. Yeah, man. So rhythm and gospel, I'm thankful for it, and I just didn't care. They say the older you get, the more you just don't care. I'm above.
Yeah.
I'm over 40, and I just don't care no more. Like, what people have to say, or what people think, because I have my own relationship with God, man. So
and it's a great place to be at. One thing I learned years ago: the greatest freedom you can have in life is the freedom from people's opinion. Once you get free of that, and especially when you're creative, and I believe all of us are creatives, you just have to find what your creativeness or your creativity is in. But once you tap into that and you just shake that freedom, being bound up by what people say, your opportunities become limitless, man. And it's like, once you walk into that, you're no longer chasing opportunities, but opportunities start chasing you.
Yep.
Because you're free now. And you're in a whole nother, you're on a whole nother.
They just start coming. People like, Brett, you so busy. I'll be like, yo, I'm telling y'all, I don't be trying to make myself busy. Like, I'm not at home making myself busy. You know, it's people are just, it just happens. Like, it's just.
So now you do this full time now.
I've been doing music full time since I left the church 20 years ago.
Wow.
Yeah, because I was managing. I was managing life at the time.
Right.
I had life, and I was singing background with them, managing them, and then I started working with Neo, and like, once the business is kind of small. Once you get in the business and people like you a good person, they can have you around. You don't start no mess, you don't start no trouble. You come do what you need to do, and you get out there. People start calling you.
Can you say that again? Because we got a lot of artists that watch this show that want to do stuff. But I was just telling I was preaching Wednesday night, and I told my church that it's much easier to maintain a good name than repair a bad one.
I'm coming to the church.
You have to, man.
I'm coming to the church.
You have to. And I'm telling you, this is what we do, man. Jeans, sneakers, this
I'm coming.
This is what we do, man.
That's my word. I'm gonna come, man. I'm gonna come check.
I think it's so important that people that want to do this hear from guys like you. You've been doing it 20 years, man. No breaks. 20 years. I've been doing this now, 25 years. Straight, no breaks. And I'm telling you, man, you can make a great living doing this, but you have to have good people skills.
Yep.
Because there's dope singers, dope producers.
When they hire me as a background singer, I go in as exactly that. I don't go in as T-Rex.
Come on.
I just was out with I'm taking out Melissa Morgan. I just came off the road with Melissa Morgan.
Yeah.
I wasn't running around with Lisa playing my music around the band, playing my songs, telling them I'm about to be in concert. I went and I sang my part. I did what I was supposed to do.
And got out of there.
Everybody and got out of there. I ain't trying to be everybody's friend. That's where sometimes we mess up because we try to get in good with the artists or the people, and we trying to be all cool with them, and them be the first people to lose their job.
Yeah, because people gotta know every shut eye ain't sleep. People are watching you. You don't have to do all that. Just come in, be on time. Be respectful.
And I learned that from you. Be on time and be ready to go. Be in the spot.
I'm a stickler for that, T.
Yeah.
To this day, I hate starting late. My church is trained. I don't care if it's 3 people in the audience. We start service at 10 o'clock, no matter who's there. I don't care, because people need to understand.
I know. I was up under your teacher, bro.
Yeah, and my church think I just started. I've been doing this for years.
The church people, they be like, praise team, we got Donald leave. Everybody stay. We go, oh boy.
Yeah. Because I just believe that whatever we do when it comes to our creativity, excellence should be the minimum standard.
Yes.
If we're not going, and our excellence has no off switch.
Right.
We stay on.
Yep.
That's how we're able to flow and work for 20 plus years now, man.
Lateness, it causes confusion, bro.
Yeah.
So if you starting off confused, it's not good. So everybody work with me, my band, everybody don't be late.
Yeah.
I'd rather you mess up and be on time than come late and be great.
Right. Because if you on time, you late.
Don't come late trying to be great.
Right. You can't do it. But I want to publicly also congratulate you. You had the #1 gospel song in the country.
Yeah, on gospel internet radio, man.
On gospel internet radio, you had the #1.
Big up to Dallas, man.
Yeah.
The storm. And I'm gonna tell you, that song really just has changed my life. A lot of people knew who I was, and I'm moving around. But when you get on that radio, like it's just a whole different look, because you have a lot of great singers out here and they moving around, but it's just hard to get on the radio.
Yeah.
And it's so much politics behind it. But and people say, well, Rex, how did you I was managing, I was dealing with all of these guys. I was working at Sony. I was working at Pendulum. And I was having to go from city to city, from station to station, meeting all the MDs. For years and years and years, I was doing this. Wow. And everybody should be like, yo, Rex, they just waiting on me to put out a record. Wow. So when I started doing it, you know, I started reaching out to, you know, people like Dave, and they just, you know, they still was just playing anything. You know, your music gotta be dope. Now, you gotta be dope.
Because that's the other thing too, and people don't understand. You have, and I was trying to educate some independent artists the other week. I was like, it doesn't matter if you know the host. If you don't have relationships with the program directors, they are the ones.
Yeah.
The PDs are the ones that tell the host what to play.
Times have changed.
How to get to know it. Yeah.
Yeah. Yep. If the PD, you can know every DJ Funky Fresh, you can know the midday, you can know them all.
Yeah.
Pass them your record, be their best friend. But if they, if the program director don't say it's going in, it ain't going in.
It ain't going in.
And most of the time, it ain't going. You know, they don't like to talk about it publicly.
It ain't going in.
So I ain't gonna say exactly what goes on. You know what I mean? But it's a bunch of politics behind the scene. They stopped me. They said, Rex, you can't be talking like that.
Yeah, because sometimes your CD becomes a coaster. It drinks on top of it, and they never even open it. But again, that's the value of having a good name and good relationships. You know what I mean? And everybody needs somebody to co-sign them. And here you go again, not even knowing. I got on the internet chart because of you. I didn't know who Dallas was. But when I saw him working your record, I said, I'm following T-Rex.
Yep.
I reached out to him. I was like, yo, bro, I see what you did for my little brother. What's up? And this song that we put out, My Longing, this is the longest I've been on the charts ever. We at number, I think, 20 now. You know what I mean? Wow, and we never.
I'm gonna tell you that record, The Storm. You know, they just when it's time for stuff to happen, it's time.
Yeah.
They put it in Sirius XM. We sent it. The song was like #1 in like 3 weeks. I couldn't believe it. That was like, Rex. It's always like, what? You said 6 months. He said, no, bro, it's already there.
Yeah. And you gotta be ready to go through the process, because you know that's an anomaly. What happened with you in The Storm, that don't happen all the time. And you can have great songs, but you have to have a good radio promoter. You have to have patience. And you gotta even watch what you post on social media. All this stuff plays a part of it, man, because people watching you.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
So it's crazy, man.
I've learned people like realness, though.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So the way you are, I'm very careful what I put on social media. I don't get on social media cussing. Right. You know, I don't get on social media drinking and you know, have it, you know, I'm very careful about what I put on media, but also I'm not trying to fake.
Right.
And like I ain't doing nothing, you know, because people know people ain't stupid.
Yeah, real recognize real. We've been saying it for years.
You gotta be real with it. And I tell people all the time, it's a process, you know. I'm not the person I was. I'm far from 20 years ago. Right. You know, but there's still a lot of things and issues that I need to change, you know. And through this music and through this process, I'm growing even more. I stopped a lot because I said, Rex, you are artist now. You got to be in the face.
Yeah.
And you got to be healthy. So I started working out. You can't be, you know, because sometimes you up all night. You got to get in the morning. You traveling here. Yeah. You know, you can't be all high, and talk about you trying to carrying on people. So this whole process have helped me mature and grow into just a better person, a better me.
Well, dude, and I'm proud of you. You're doing it, and you are a great example. And again, you inspired me.
I appreciate it, Jay.
Really jump back in.
This is full circle, bro.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's crazy. People don't know. And I gotta tell you, I feel so comfortable with this because I don't trust a lot of people, man. I just been burnt by a lot of people, man. But I feel very comfortable, and I'm like, yo, me and T gonna do some crazy things together. I feel it. And so I'm just ready, man. I'm following your lead, bro.
Yeah. And they're ready. And you know what? People hit me from all over, Oh, I want to do that. I want to do that. I want to do that. And I really learned it a lot from you. And people, they can try to do what you do, but if it
ain't in you.
Yeah. So a lot of guys, they go and get the same producer I got, same writer I got.
Right.
Then they come back with the music. Like, I did exactly what he did. What happened?
It's just not on. It's just not on. Because I honestly believe that God gives all of us a grace to do what we do. And if you don't have the grace to do it, it's not going to happen, man. And so, with that being said, with this music that you're doing now, is there a full album coming?
I just put a full album out, actually.
Okay. What's the name of it again?
It's called The Package.
Yes, that's the album with you on the mail truck, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Listen, y'all got to get that album. I got it. I love it.
Yeah.
I was like, this is dope.
Yeah, you know what? After I put The Storm out, so The Storm was started doing plays. I was acting, those Tyler Perry plays.
Yeah.
And The Storm was a introduction to a play. I didn't even sing a song in the play. The play was called The Storm is a Ministry. And my producer, Bernie Stevenson, was like, yo, Rex, let's do a theme song for the play. So when the play was over, I was just sitting in my house one day like, man, that song, the play over, the song is over, like, it's just done. So I called the people in the play and I'm just like, yo, do y'all mind if I use this? And I put the record out. And once I put that record out, I said, you know what? I put an EP out and I've been putting out singles. Now it's time for me to show people that I can
do a whole body of work.
Yeah, they need a whole album now, Rex.
Yeah.
And the whole album is amazing, man. Like from start to finish, it's R&G, it's rhythm and gospel.
Listen, I can't wait.
My guys from Day 26 is on it. T Soul is on it. Just
I'm gonna tell you, them boys, that Day 26, my favorite song. When the wall come tumbling, then there's you. You and me. Bro, that's my joint right there.
I was working on their management team back in when they was, Day 20, when they was running around. I was working on the management team with Screwface. And they ended up becoming my little brothers, Willie and Rob.
Yeah.
On an album called I Am. That is just
I gotta go back and listen to that. That. Man, that's so dope. And and what I like about you is as much success as you have, you're still T-Rex. You're not arrogant, you're not untouchable. You know what I'm saying? And some people, this is why.
Well, my haters don't think that. They say, "Oh, you arrogant. You think you all that. You think you." And I'll be like, you know what? Y'all don't.
They just don't know you.
Know me.
That's it.
You might either be jealous, or it's just something wrong with what's going on because I'm none of that.
Nah, you. If you was arrogant, I would have been pulled your coat and be like, "Yo, Rex." You know what I'm saying?
But it's not everybody, but a lot of people say that, like, Rex, I can't believe like you just so cool down. Like, what am I supposed to be? I don't know. Like, I learned a lot watching in the business. And I said, you know what? I ain't gonna do my band like that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna do my people like that. If I ever had, I would do my people like that. So I learned a lot from watching.
That's key.
So and
you learn what to do and what not to do.
At the end of the day, bro, this business is crazy. You could get yourself wrapped up in this music business, and if you wanna, I tell people all the time. Michael Jackson, he died overdose.
Yeah.
Whitney Houston died of overdose. Prince died of overdose.
Yeah.
You know, so happiness, you know, don't really come from hit records and all of that.
Yeah.
You know, you have to find peace and happiness somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know, and at the end of the day, the music business will chew you up and spit you out.
Yeah. Yeah.
Look
at Robin Williams, the comedian.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, he's one of the funniest guys in the world. Had millions and millions of dollars, and was sitting in the dark fighting depression and killed himself. So that's so true, man. I think happiness comes from you having balance,
right,
and doing what you love to do, but also helping other people. That's been the key to my happiness. And watch this, even the people that may not do it in return for me, because this is how it happens. I'm telling you, what you're doing for me, I've done for so many others, and they got in position and refused because they knew if they put me on their stage, they knew, they already know what's going on, and they like, not him.
I mean, Jay, I went through the same thing.
It's crazy, but
you know,
here comes you. That's not intimidated. That's like, yo, that's my boy, that's my brother. Come on. So I'm telling you guys, seed is unstoppable. You may not reap where you plant, but you always will reap. God will always have a T-Rex somewhere waiting, be like, yo.
I learned there's only be one you.
Yeah, that's it.
You know, and people gonna love Jason for being Jason.
Yeah.
They ain't gonna love Jason because Jason trying to be T-Rex.
Yeah.
You know, and once you get that, then I can just be me. I don't have to try to walk a certain type of way or riff a certain type of way or dress a certain type of way. People love me just for just naturally just talking and singing and dressing and being who I am.
Yeah.
You know, and once you learn that nobody can take your audience, you know, you good. You know, let people have who they have.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
But I don't feel I'm in competition with nobody.
No,
I just feel like
but me. I'm in competition with me. I'm in competition with me to be a better Jay Hen today than I was yesterday. And everybody else, I'm celebrating. I see you winning. When I saw you with the #1 record, I called Dallas. I was like, yo, tell T-Rex I'm coming. You got it. I'm coming right behind him. Because all I needed to see was somebody that's where I'm from do it. And it put it in my mind, if T-Rex can do it, so can I. And I told him, he hit me because we came in at number 89.
I've been watching it.
He was like, yo, that's good. I was like, no, it ain't. I want the #1 spot. I saw T-Rex do it. I want the #1 spot.
Right.
Because that's all it takes. And you never know where your inspiration comes from. But when it comes, you pay homage and you work. You got to put that work in.
And see, it balances out because even though my record went to #1 in 3 weeks, a month later, it was gone.
Yeah, somebody else was #1.
Yeah, but I mean, it wasn't even on the chart.
Yeah.
You know, so I mean, to have a steady record for weeks and weeks and weeks at a time, you know, they're still playing on Sirius XM. You know, those national stations, once they put it in,
it's and let me tell you something. Once you get on Sirius XM, this is why I tell all artists to make sure that you sign up for Sound Exchange, because Sound Exchange is a whole nother ball game. It's different from your BMI and ASCAP. It's crazy. Sound Exchange had a check for me, T. I couldn't believe it. I'm not gonna say how much because I don't want nobody calling me asking me for no money. But they had a check for me because I didn't know nothing about Sound Exchange, and they had a check sitting there for like 2 years.
Even if you didn't write the song,
if you performed it, if you
performed it,
I'm telling you, and it's double for because we write and perform our stuff. So
we need to do like a class or something one day. Because I mean,
that would be dope.
A lot of these guys coming up have no clue.
They don't have no clue. Yeah,
clueless for like, and I didn't either until I got in business, started seeing. I'm like, oh, that's how. That works.
Because everybody's chasing to get a deal, but I'm like, nah, you can really make some decent money on the indie side if you know how to work your music. You know,
Yep.
especially now, like with sites like Bandcamp and different things like that, it's a whole nother ball game out here now. So,
Right.
you know,
And then you take that music and you do clothes.
Yeah.
You know, it can't just be the you know, you take it and you do different things with it.
All
So,
day. You see, you on Kingdom Conversation. I'm rocking Kingdom Conversation merch. This is what this is how we stay alive, guys, by taking something and multiplying and doubling it and just making it something that it needs to be.
And it's hard, you know, it's hard.
It ain't easy.
Because, you know, people
speak to that. Speak to that, the hard part. Because you make it look easy, but tell the people the truth, bro.
I mean, people don't want to book you if you're not gonna sell no tickets.
Right.
You know, if you want to go to Cali and you want $1,000, the promoter gonna look at you and say, well, are you gonna sell $1,000 worth of tickets?
Right.
Well, actually, are you gonna sell, you know, more?
Right.
So really, how you really get booked, like it all comes together, is radio. Promoters want to bring people to their city that they know is in their city on the radio. You know, unless you got like now, you know, because of social media, you know, they have all these you can go viral, you know, and you can go, but you know, like the basic way is they look for who's a hit on the radio, and they bring you to the city.
Right.
You know, so no hit on the radio. You know, where you going? You know, unless you just got like a buzz or something like that, and that's hard.
Yeah,
because it takes money, and as an indie, you know, if you work in a job and you have bills, like it's hard to put money in the studio time and bills.
Yeah.
You know, so it becomes you know, I ended up in the business doing it full time because that's just how it happened. Right. But I always tell people, don't quit your job, because a lot of my friends will go, well, you know why I ain't made it yet? Because I got this job and I can't go 100% with it because, you know, the job. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna quit this job and I'm gonna just go full. And then it's just like, you're gonna quit the job. How you gonna pay for studio time? How you gonna
pay producers?
How you gonna let? You know, don't quit the job. Like I've been doing music since high school, so I never really went to college, and like, so this was it for me, basically.
You had no plan B. This was
make
it or break it.
You keep your day job, you know, and work and put that money into your music, and because unless you know, you go and find somebody that's going to invest in you,
right?
You know, but it take money.
I tell young pastors and preachers, you have to work for the ministry before the ministry work for you. You know, so you know, for a long time, I was bivocational. I was working and traveling, you know, on weekends, hitting it, flying back, have to get back for Monday morning to be at work. You know, now, thank God, I'm full time doing all that. I'm doing my businesses and stuff like that. But it took a long time to get to that point. You know what I mean? Yeah. And it takes a lot of faith, because there's a lot of dope people that never make it.
Yep.
A lot of great people that never make it. But you know, when you treat people right and you're connected to the right people, like a T-Rex and, you know, different ones, you just got to make sure, you know, because people send me music all the time, and I'm like, I can't co-sign it because the mastering job is bad or the mix is bad.
Right.
I can't recommend you to Dallas or somebody else, because then he gonna look at me like, what's wrong with your ear, boy?
Let me tell you something. That over years and years and years, I was recording. But when I got that solid producer, and big up to Bernie Stevenson, and my boy JJ, who's great on the mix and the master. You know, when I sent my record to Dave at SiriusXM, I texted, I said, Dave, man, people saying they're hearing the record. He said, man, doesn't it sound great on the radio?
Yeah.
You want it to sonically, you want it to be mixed, you know, so you don't try to figure it out yourself.
No, pay somebody that does it for real.
You know, even when I go in the studio, even though I can sing, I have a vocal producer with me.
Wow.
Because that's what he does. He's a vocal producer. I'm good at it, but I ain't great at it.
Right.
So I have somebody great that's with me. So I, so whatever I do, I try to have, even though I am good at a lot of stuff, I try to have somebody who, if that's what you do and you great at it, like my music director. I can put the music together myself, but he's the MD. That's what he do.
Shelly?
Yeah.
He's dope. He's dope.
And Shelly started out with me about 15 years ago.
Wow.
Little kid. And I was just like, oh, I'm gonna take you on the road. And now Shelly all over the world. He's playing all.
He's a monster. He's a monster.
Yeah, a lot of guys, man, you got to give back. A lot of these guys, some people I put in the business, they gone making way more money. They gone. And I'm happy for them, man. Everything comes in the time that is supposed to come in.
I believe in that, man. So what does T-Rex like to do for fun, man?
Sit on my couch, watch CNN. I'm like heavy into like politics.
Okay. Listen.
Yeah. So
we can chop it up about some stuff then.
Yeah. Actually, this year, I just joined the Democratic Party.
Oh, really?
Here in New York State. So I've been going to, Democratic meetings and stuff like that. I'm getting older, so I'm, but like
I'm a Republican.
No, you're not. So why y'all mad that we getting the black lady for the judge?
Because they just, I'm Republican because of the principle of a lot of stuff that they believe in. I think a lot of people become Democrats because that's what we feel traditionally. Black people.
So you down with Trump? You was trying to cool.
Oh, I loved when Donald Trump was in charge.
I
didn't agree with everything that he did or said, but I appreciated him because he was the first president that did everything he said he was going to do. He was the first one in a long time. He said, I'm going to build this wall. He built this wall. He said, I'm going to improve the economy. The economy improved. Everything he said he was going to do, he did. Now, he was not the sharpest knife in the kitchen.
I can't get with Trump, man. He tried to destroy our democracy.
Yeah. He did some really crazy things. But I guarantee you this, though. If he was the president right now,
he supports white nationalists. He supports the KKK. Yeah.
But let me tell you something. All of them do.
I know, but he's very vocal about it, and he's, it's just too much for me.
The Democrats support him too. They won't say it publicly, but let me tell you something. I guarantee you this: if Trump was in office, what's happening in Ukraine would not be happening right now.
You know why? Because he would be with Putin.
No,
him and Putin, they were best friends.
They were friends.
When Russia hacked us, hacked our whole democratic process,
the voting system.
We knew it was Russia. He said, well, I don't see why Russia would do it. And now look what Russia's doing.
Yeah, but this is just scriptures being fulfilled anyway.
So it is. And you know what? I don't. I'm not a hater of Republicans because there are some great Republicans that are standing up against Trump.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And everything. Trump went and violated every code. He
did some very unscrupulous things. But all of them do. They all lie. They all make promises on the campaign that they don't keep.
But you know what? Sometimes it ain't got nothing to do with them. Like Biden right now, he wants to do a lot, but he can't because the Republicans won't vote for it.
They're doing the same thing to him that they did to Obama.
He can't get the voting rights because for black, they trying to stop the black vote. He's trying to say, wait, y'all can't be limiting, the black folks from voting. Y'all coming up with all these laws to try to stop the minority vote.
Right.
And here comes Biden with saying, you know what? Let's vote on a bill that we can't stop the minority vote.
Right.
We need to have as much votes as we can. And guess why they going through? Because the Republicans don't want us to have they don't want to have the majority vote because they know they're gonna lose.
Right, because it's more of us than it is of them.
So they say, you know what we're gonna do? We're gonna create up with every little thing that we could create up that's gonna prevent the black folks from being able to get to the voting box so that we could win.
And you see, they just passed the made lynching a federal crime.
Oh wow!
Finally, after all these years, it's finally a crime to
see, Jason, now that I know that you had, we got to talk some more when we get
this is what I love, bro. I love it. And you know, I'm for anyone that's going to shake up the system and put people in place, because this is our country. That they work for us. You know what I mean? They're supposed to do what we want, but neither party, you know, look at the name of our country, United States. They're not united. They can't even get together to pass a bill that's going to benefit their pockets. Because
let me tell you this: under this year, they did 2 bipartisan bills that they just passed, and that hasn't happened
in a long time.
And in a very, 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 very long time.
But it needs to be the norm, though.
They just passed the infrastructure bill that Republicans and Democrats came together. Trump, they couldn't do that. You know, everything was Republican. You know, and we did the American Rescue Plan, which some of the Republicans, and they came together. And now, you know, sometimes it take a catastrophe. Now with this Ukraine thing going on, and they over there killing, they have come together. I watched the speech that Biden gave last night, and they said for the first time, you've seen Republicans and Democrats standing up together, clapping.
Yeah, but I was torn in my faith about that, because I'm praying for Ukraine, and then I see how they treating us black people over there. I'm like, whoa, wait a minute.
Yeah,
they taking black people off the bus, bro.
Yeah,
just because of the color of their skin. Got babies standing out in the cold for 7 hours just because they're black. Won't let them get on the train.
Yeah, it's crazy.
We're at war right now.
It's crazy.
Should not care about nobody. If they are from your country, everybody come together, get to somewhere safe. Let's move. But
you heard what your Republican leader just said. He said Americans, and then you have the African Americans. So they don't.
Yeah, we don't stand with him.
So they don't even consider black folks Americans.
No.
Mitch McConnell, let's call him out. Mitch McConnell, the Republican leader.
Mitch said leader. He did. He said
your Republican leader.
We get ready to get rid of him, because he brought the whole party to shame when he said that.
Yeah, but you know, it goes along with music, bro, and that's why I got along with it. I have some great friends in the party. Aretha Franklin, if you watch the Aretha Franklin movie, she marched. She was heavy into the the politics, and I think we need more God people.
Yeah, absolutely.
Around and in there,
Absolutely. Man, this is crazy. I didn't know you were into politics, bro. There's a lot we got to talk about.
Join the party. I'm a Democratic man.
That's great though, man. Listen, T-Rex, man, you have been such a great guest, man. Thank you for coming to the conversation. We done talked about music.
Yeah. Yeah, we talked about the album. I got a new album that I'm about to start working on. And it's called The Best of My Life. And
I have to be on this time because I was supposed to be on the last one.
I'm trying to tell you, I'm the type of person, like, I do something and then I learn to make it greater the next time.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that this wasn't a great. I thought it was great.
Right.
But man,
you got something hot.
Gonna be it's just mature. It's just mature in sound, like production, like it's just that next. So I'm ready now just to jump into this next album, man. The Best of My Life. The rest of my life is gonna be the best of my life, is what the song talks about. That's what I'm decreeing. I went through so much, but the rest of this little life that I'm living here is about to be the best of this life that I'm living here. So
I agree, man. I agree. We're excited for everything that's happening for you and happening to you. And if people want to book you, How do they get in contact with you?
Instagram, King RNG T-Rex, the king of RNG.
That's right.
So let me tell you something. I got that from T.I. T-Rex, I didn't name myself T-Rex. People just be saying this stuff.
Yeah.
And I have a website, TerrellTRexSimon.live.
That's crazy because people will name you because Rick Faison, remember Ricky that played for her? He the one that named me Jay Hen.
Oh wow!
I never called myself that. He was like, "Yo, Jay Hen."
I was like T-Rex. What? You know, when you met me, I didn't have T-Rex. That came later.
Terrell, right?
Yeah, Life Jennings gave me that name. He's like, "We're gonna call you T-Rex," and I'm just like, "T-Rex, okay."
That's dope.
But I mean,
how's life doing, man? How's life doing?
Good, man. I think he just got married. I haven't really spoken to him lately because I've been, busy. But he's still touring.
That's good.
Once you get a hit or two,
you can work for a long time.
You can keep going. You had that one little song, and like my friend Dina Howard, freaking. She still. I seen Dina in Texas last night. She's getting on the plane on her way to LA. Still.
What?
Singing the song.
That's crazy.
You get you one little song, you work it right, like you be able to move around for a while.
That's
so
dope.
He still must be nice and still running around.
That's dope. That's dope. Man, listen, congratulations again on everything that's happening for you. I
appreciate this, man. And, this was dope.
Yeah. And there's a show coming up in June.
Yes, June 26th. Now I'm gonna tell you, SOBs was cool. Now XOBs actually wasn't my show.
Okay.
I got thrown into doing that show because I was actually just supposed to be one of the openers on the show.
Okay.
And the people that was supposed to do it flaked out. Okay. So I ended up having to do it. But it still was amazing, man. Like I still getting texts from people. Everybody had a great time.
Yeah.
But June 26th, we're gonna be at Drum in New York City. We're gonna be celebrating the 1 year of my album. Yes. And you the only other gospel person that's gonna be on there. And I got Graf from Love and Hip Hop. Yeah. He's gonna be my main guest.
Okay.
And it's gonna be dope. That venue is just
crazy.
The sound, the lights,
Yeah.
Everything that's just the venue right there, man. So
I'm excited. My band.
And I just hit you about another. Show on when you get off here. You're gonna see it.
Okay. Cool. So, man, listen, guys. If you don't have T-Rex music, I want you to go download it. This is a personal request from me to you guys. Wherever you see this guy at, support him, push him, tell people, repost his flyers, repost his artwork. I'm telling you, this is good ground. Y'all don't hear me say that about everybody because everybody's not good ground, but Terrell T-Rex is great, not good ground, great ground. I co-sign him immediately, publicly. This is my guy right here. So thank you, man, T-Rex, for coming to the conversation. I love you, bro. We'll talk soon, man.
Love you too. All right. Thank y'all.
Later. Yo, everybody, that was my little brother, Terrell T-Rex Simon. He is a monster in the music business. He is doing his thing. And this was a great show. Man, I didn't know we were going to go into the political arena, but that's great to know. I'm not really a Republican. I just said that. I'm just neutral. But yeah, we're excited about what is happening for T. And like he said, June 26th, we're going to be at Drone in New York City. It's going to be crazy. I'm telling you, we bringing Jesus to the club, y'all. Get your tickets, meet us there. And remember, guys, here on Kingdom Conversations, we believe that no one can stop you from being who you want to be except you. Have a great day. Thank you for tuning in, and make sure you tune in next week for another great show. I'm out, y'all. Love y'all.